In Shulchan Aruch, Maran wrote, that which is customary to make a kaparah, an atonement on Erev Kippur, by slaughtering a chicken for each male and to recite some verses upon it, this custom should be stopped. In his longer work known as the Bet Yosef, Maran explained that this is based on the opinion of the Rashba, a 13th century authority from Spain, who followed his teacher, the Ramban, who prohibited this practice because he considered it an occult practice of the Emorites, which is forbidden by the Torah. However, many still practice this custom, which was recorded by the Geonim of the Middle East between the 7th and 11th centuries. The custom was discussed by Rab Sheshna Gaon, Rab Natronai Gaon, and Rab Hai Gaon. Rab Hai Gaon described it as a custom of the majority in Babylonia during the 10th and 11th centuries. We also find the custom in the writings of the Tashbetz, who was born in Spain in the 14th century. Eventually, he moved to Algeria, where he passed away in the 15th century. Furthermore, the custom of slaughtering chickens for Kaparot was promoted by Rabbi Yitzhak Luria, otherwise known as the Arizal, the master of Kabbalah from the 16th century. In the 19th century, Hakam Abraham Hamway devoted 5 pages to the custom of Kaparot in his Mahzor for Yom Kippur, which he called Bet HaKaporet. In his discussion, he mentions that it is preferable to use white chickens for Kaparot, and that the most appropriate time to slaughter the chickens is before sunrise on Erev Kippur, after reciting Selichot. While he does mention Maran's opposition to the custom, he also cites the opinions of Rab Natronai Gaon, the Tur, the Arizal, and Muram, all of whom were in favor of the custom. Although it's clear that Hakam Abraham Hamway was also in favor of slaughtering chickens for Kaparot, he did write that one who does not have the custom of doing Kaparot with chickens should perform the custom by giving the monetary equivalent of a chicken to charity. In the beginning of the 20th century, Hakam Yosef Abadi Shayo wrote that in Halab they slaughtered the Kaparot at dawn on Erev Kippur, but a small few did not slaughter chickens. They gave money to the poor for Kaparot instead. Rabbi Shlomo Antebi Saka quoted Hakam Nisim Levi, who reported that in Halab, the ritual slaughterers would go from courtyard to courtyard with white male chickens to slaughter on behalf of the men, and with white female chickens to slaughter on behalf of the women. Some ate the chickens themselves, but gave the monetary value of a chicken to the poor, while others gave the actual chickens that were slaughtered for Kaparot to the poor. Hakam Ishaq Shehebar also wrote that the custom is to slaughter male and female chickens for Kaparot, but that it's preferable not to give the actual chickens to the poor, but rather the monetary equivalent of the chicken should be given to the poor. So even though Maran was against the custom of slaughtering chickens for Kaparot, the prevalent custom in Halab was to practice the custom with chickens, based on the opinion of other authorities, including the Arizal. The ritual is meant to inspire thoughts and feelings of repentance, while also providing food or money to the poor. As we mentioned, there were those that did not practice the custom with chickens. Instead, they performed the custom of Kaparot with money by giving the monetary equivalent of a chicken to charity for the poor.